Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here as the recording of this Saturday, November 23rd, 2024. So making about 5 days till Thanksgiving rears its head, where we give thanks. I have a lot to be thankful for. I have returned back to Central Florida, celebration, my home, taking Mini Marge around, the sirens. You don't really hear sirens around here too much, but there's sirens right now. Right here, this house, which always decorates for every holiday, whether it be St. Patty's, Easter, Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, they have their Thanksgiving stuff up. About 10 days, give or take a day from right now, I will be departing and going to Southern California, where I will be there for a few days, a little more than a few days, and then flying to Hawaii. We're having a big family trip at Alani, looking forward to that. And then next year is international, and I want to talk a little bit about how excited I am to go international. And I have been rejuvenated, not rejuvenated, well, maybe rejuvenated, I don't know if that's the correct word. Got my passport renewed a few months ago. Went to Toronto to finish the 30 baseball stadiums for the Rays. The Rays are a whole other subject where I will kind of go into at some point, because it's a mess. The Tampa Bay Rays are a mess right now. Nonetheless, that is on the back burner. Next year, international is happening. And me going to Alaska, I went to Alaska for 2 weeks, 13 days, give or take a day of 2 weeks. And then I went to Vegas for a week, and then I'm back home. I was gone 3 weeks. I had my wallet stolen. Well, wallet lost. And then it was found by someone who was not me, which means it either could have been stolen or I could have lost it. Nonetheless, those cards were used. Cards were canceled. I've received new cards. Got the mail when I got home. I am now good to go. I renewed my light driver's license the day before I left to go to Alaska. I was going to cancel the entire Alaska trip. Glad I didn't, because that trip was awesome. Best trip I've been on in many, many years. A little bit of a parade coming through. The only part of the trip I did not like was going to Barrow and being in that town, secluded from everything, 2 or 3 degrees, the fear of polar bears around. Being trapped in that town, I did not enjoy. But the rest of Alaska, man, that was awesome. Talk a little bit about that Alaska trip. Talk a little bit about future plans. I'm going to get some coffee, and I am so happy to be home for a little more than a week. About 10 days, give or take a day. Join me, shall you? That was a really long intro. That's fine. I'm just winging it today. I'm wearing the shirt that says winging it. I'm winging it. I love this house. I love that they decorate for other holidays besides Christmas and Halloween. I mean, they go all out. Look at this little goblin guy. Not a goblin like Halloween goblin, but goblin because he's goblin. He's a turkey. It's a goblin turkey. But yeah, the shirt, look at this. I haven't worn this shirt yet, but I got it, I guess, last time I was at Hollywood Studios. Need to get over to Hollywood Studios. Spoiler alert, probably in the next, while I'm here for a little over the next week, probably will be quite a bit of Disney stuff when I'm home. I like to go to Disney. When I am home, I don't really like to traverse into the nether regions of Florida. I like to stay close to home. And since I do travel a lot, that's kind of what I do when I'm here. I like to do stuff either in Celebration or on the outskirts of Celebration. And because WDW is on the outskirts of Celebration, that's what's going to happen. All right, I'm going to get in Mini Marge. Let's cruise around Celebration. It's so good to be home. You really know how much you love a place when you leave and come back, and you get those feelings of, Also, the weather, it's like 65 degrees. I could be wearing a light hoodie. Why would I? Enjoy it. I mean, I've acclimated to Alaska temperatures right now. This feels freaking awesome. There's only like maybe 3 or 4 months, not even that, out of the year that I love Florida weather. Probably like 3 months out of the year. And right now, this is one of those moments. It is 65 degrees right now at 103. 65 degrees. Love it. There's the wallet I have now. It now has an air tag in it. So now I know where my wallet is at all time. Also put an AirTag on Mini Marge, an AirTag on my keys. I have one in my vehicle. So I have like AirTags everywhere. I know where everything is now, which why I didn't do that before is beyond me. They say you learn from your mistakes. I don't know if I've learned from it, but I'm making some adjustments now, and I love 65 degrees. When I got back and checked the mail, I was so happy to see that my Amex is linked to my Delta Sky Miles. That is now in there. Luckily, the flights I already had booked were paid for with the other credit card, and then I was able to adjust some flights because I had Sky Miles that I could use because I couldn't use the new credit card. I hadn't linked it up to the Delta app and the Amex app until the card arrived, and now that's linked up. New debit card has arrived. I'm good to go. But the only good thing I know about now is the fact that someone tried to use those cards. It means that somebody has my old wallet, has the cash that was in there, has a little souvenir. They got themselves a little souvenir, if you will. But at least now I know I have to go crazy looking for it because it's not lost. Someone else has it. Got the little decor up around the pole over there. I found a parking spot. It would be kind of nice if my wallet ends up online, like for sale, like on eBay or something. Maybe I could buy my own wallet back. Hopefully I'd win that auction. I get my own wallet back. Over here on the corner of Celebration Ave, a truck goes by, and Sycamore Street. When I think of the word sycamore, I think of the Bible song, Zacchaeus was a wee little man. A wee little man was he. And the Bethlehem experience, which I will not be in town for, but the last couple of years I've covered this. I've come down here and showed it. Last year they had a live camel, which was amazing. But I will not be in town. I will be, I think I'm going to be at Alani those days, doing the family Christmas month in Hawaii, which would be really nice to spend it with a lot of my family members. Count your blessing, not the calories. Happy Thanksgiving. You know, I really battle with this. This is not giving me good temptation. This is tempting me here to maybe just go off the rails. I went off the rails a little bit in Alaska. Something about Alaska being the freezing cold just made me want to eat more than when I'm in lukewarm or warmer weather. I don't know what it is about being in the frozen tundra. I just wanted to gorge myself all the time. Anyway, I've been battling with, I always battle with my weight, but I stopped making promises to myself. But sometimes I try, sometimes I don't. They're getting ready for the Bethlehem experience over here. Approaching a hidden Mickey over here. Also, I got my Crocs on. I got my Crocs on. I got my shorts on. I'll get back on the treadmill while I'm here. Got more of my Disney animated theater releases to go through. I've gone through 12 so far in order. There's the hidden Mickey right there. You can see it better when you kind of put the camera up a little bit, but it's like, yeah, there's the face, there's the two ears. I've been going through all of them, but obviously the last 3 weeks haven't been in town, haven't been doing the treadmill. When I was in Alaska, when I was in that cold, happy as it made me to be brisk, cold, bundled up, walking in the snow. Also, it's also kind of nice walking on concrete, cement, and sidewalk and not slipping. It's also nice driving when I was driving back from the airport last night in my car, not sliding off the side of the road because of black ice. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. But the ambiance of the snow, the beauty of the mountain. So I did a lot of things in Alaska that were absolutely amazing. Bucket list items. I was on I almost said horse, a dog sled through the woods. I've always wanted to do that. I did a dog sled way out there through the woods. Went on for a very long time. I was like, what is my life right now? I'm on a dog sled in this heavy snow, fresh, beautiful snow. I also did a train ride from Anchorage up to Fairbanks, 10-hour train ride. The most beautiful scenery I've ever seen. I mean, there were some moments in my Alaska trip where I started to my eyes started to get to well up a little bit, where I was just like, man, this is just, what an experience. that I had up there. I took a helicopter. I was not flying it, but the pilot took me and a few others way out towards the mountains, and we landed on a glacier. On the glacier, and we walked around on a glacier, and I thought, what if this pilot, something happens to the pilot? I try not to think about that, but when you're walking around on a glacier, miles from civilization, in between these mountains, you're thinking something could go wrong, and the fact that it doesn't go wrong makes you more emotional at the beauty. It's like a combination of emotions. I've lost my train of thought about what I was originally going to say during this segment. Oh yeah, I remembered. I was talking about when I was in Alaska and I was in that cold, much as I was loving it. I mean, I think my ambiance and attitude really shined through on the excitement I had for being there, with the exception of Barrow. That place made me pretty sad and miserable, but that was the last 2 days. But the rest of it was just so amazing. Anchorage, Fairbanks, train ride, all that. The helicopter, dog sled. But when I was out there, I got to thinking, how awesome is it going to be to get back home, get on the treadmill, sweat my tuchus off, because I did not sweat at all in Alaska. Even as bundled up as I was, the cold was embedding through every layer I had, which I probably was not properly layered, but I did have the cap on, I did have the coat on, I did have thick socks, I had snow boots, I had all that, but still you could feel it in your bones. And I really think of this classic car. I really think in some way I was starting to get just a tiny sample of frostbite in my toes and in my fingers and maybe in my elbows. Not the elbows, but the other things. So I'm looking forward to hitting a little treadmill and sweating off the cold. I feel like I'll properly be thawed out on my next treadmill romp. I'm this excited without coffee. Let me get some coffee. Setting up downtown. Ooh, the Christmas tree's up. See, the Christmas tree is up over there. But one thing Alaska did is got me out of my element, had me go to a place I've never been before, to an area I never knew anything really about, kind of jumped in with both feet, knew a little bit. Some stuff was planned, some stuff was unplanned, and I am really looking forward to international stuff and getting out of my comfort zone. That is what it taught me, that getting out of my comfort zone got me so excited. And that, for me, was the biggest takeaway from my Alaska trip. I mean, I love being, comfortable in what your daily routine is. And, certain places I like to go. There's 3 or 4 or 5 different places, even across the U.S. I always like to go. I do a lot of the same stuff, even though it is spread way out. But it's going to be nice. And the Alaska trip taught me that really rejuvenated my soul, my mind, my body, my brain. And that is how next year, starting in January, international is going to be. And basically, I'm just stalling to see if the minute works here with the clock. At any point, the bike rider is going to be moving 1 more minute. I think it almost did like a little bit of a sample move, but it did not want to move. The dog will not move. There it goes. The dog is the hour. The minute is the bike rider. It moved. Wouldn't think I would be this happy and excited walking around right now. I'm just so glad to be back from that trip, looking back through my mind's eye and just remembering all the things I did. Luckily, I got stuff on video. Others can watch it. I can look back later in life, and then I also have the core memories in my head that I made. But the fact that I am this excited when I, this morning, found out how much I need to pay in property tax, and I have my property taxes due upon arriving. So not only did I get my credit cards reinstated, but I also got in the mail property tax for my new home, which are now, I also learned if I pay before the end of the month is the initial payment. It's a little cheaper than if you pay the next month and the next month, but I don't think they're due until like March of 2025, but you gotta pay way more if you don't pay them now. But if I pay them now, either way, I got my property taxes. I would be paying property tax for the first time because I just bought a house. Very tail end of last year, officially moved in on New Year's, but now I get to finally pay property tax. I was officially a homeowner before because I purchased the home, but now I feel like this is just another step in official home ownerness. Yeah. Or, I don't know what I'm saying. Starting to put up all the decor for the holidays coming up. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and a plethora of others. Right there, you got the banners up. They got the Christmas tree up on Market Street. I haven't officially lit the Christmas tree, but it's coming soon. And the snow, I think, starts at the end of this month and early into December. Right over here, what used to be the Cornerstone Market on Market Street, right across from the bank over here and the clock and all that I always show. I got a coffee right here with a Eco Java jacket on it right here. Yeah, I kind of feel like until I get the treadmill sweat sesh that I haven't officially thawed out. I mean, I'm not cold. I'm out of the frozen tundra, but I feel like there's still an inkling of ice still kind of nestled in some of the bones, some of my bones. It like sunk in pretty good. Doesn't really make a lot of sense when I say it out loud, but that's how my body's feeling right now. So later today, at some point tonight, get that sweat on. This is really good coffee. Oh, Christmas decor. Got some Christmas decor already. This house goes all out for Halloween also. It looks like they also going into Christmas. Oh, there's Santa. Oh, you know one thing I forgot about Alaska? I went to the North Pole. Yep. I went to Santa's house in North Pole, Alaska. Man, I love the Alaska trip. With the exception of Barrow. That was a weird place. Yeah, people starting to put up their Christmas decor. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put anything up for Christmas. I did put some Halloween decor up. I'm not going to be here much of December. But I'll play it by ear. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get a hankering. Put up some Christmas stuff. Probably not, but you never know. I'm impulsive. Maybe one day I'll just go to the store and get some Christmas stuff for the house. Love having this golf cart. The glorified golf cart, Mini Marge. So I can just drive around and check out Halloween decor. Now with Christmas season coming up, celebration goes pretty hard. Love it. This will also be the first time. So I lived in Celebration 3 years, downtown right off Market Street in an apartment. And this will be the first time that I'm not right downtown. I'm outside downtown and get to downtown very quickly on the golf cart, but I'm not going to have problems with parking issues because the apartment I had before, I had to park in the general, community parking where everyone that's going down to see the Snope and the Christmas tree. And it's very busy every night in downtown Celebration, so it was very difficult to find parking. Now I'm away from that, and if I want to go down there and see it, take Mini Marge, go down there and see it, and then go back home, which is going to be pretty nice. Then I have to have the parking problems I had last year. To further articulate what I was attempting to just say, this will be the first year living in Celebration that I'm not downtown. So 3 years downtown in the apartment. And to clarify more, not downtown in December. So parking downtown during the regular time of the year, not too bad, but this will be the first time where I haven't been down there in the month of December, which is upcoming, during Christmas time. It's going to be nice not to have to deal with the holiday crowds downtown. That's what I was trying to say. Sometimes I'm the worst at communicating, honestly. Like in my brain, I can say, my brain is saying to myself what I think is coming out of my mouth, but the reality is, it usually isn't coming out of my mouth. It's just formulating in my head, but not coming out of the lips correctly. So, yeah, goodness gracious, look at this. They got a lot of jolly old St. Nick's, a little Kris Kringle overload here. Love this. This is good. This is a good home. Look at that. There's a polar bear. There's a polar bear right there in Santa's sleigh. I know about those things. I know about Santa. I met him at the North Pole and There were polar bears all around. Thankfully, I didn't see one because I've heard they're pretty vicious. What a beautiful setup here. We'll even look up top. There's Mrs. Claus with her hubby. You even got little Frosty the Snowman over there. You got Santa's mail sack and a ladder. Very nice. I also love this. You got the nativity over here in the corner. Very nicely done. Thinking about driving around and see other people decorate, and it gets me inspired to want to put some stuff up. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Looks like the house over there here on Water Street is also putting their stuff up. I'm going to go too into all the decor because I'm sure there'll be a day where I do a full tour around Celebration at some point. Before Christmas Day. I mean, it might not even be any time in the near future, but I'll do an exhaustive trek around town. In between my travels. Today's definitely just a low-key day, relaxing day. Got in really late last night. Plane landed just after midnight, and I had to take the shuttle over to get the car. By the time I got home, I think I went to sleep till around 2. A little bit of jet lag kicking. Don't know what time it really is. It is so nice out. Sun's out now. It's warmed up just a little bit from where it was. I'm just strolling around, looking at some backyard birds. Well, I'm not looking at the birds. I'm looking at photos of the birds. An abundance of birds. Cardinal, the blue jay, the mournful, the tufted, what the? I've never seen one of these. An owl, mockingbird. It's an interesting name this one has. I love Celebration so much. It's such a great place to come home to. I know I don't spend as much time here as I probably should. But it'll always be here whenever I decide that traveling will not be happening. But traveling's definitely going to be happening for the next few years. A lot of traveling. Hello, squirrel. Hello there, squirrel. What are you doing? You looking for oh, you want to say hello to the crocs? Better to say hello to these crocs than the real crocs that are around here, right? You don't want to see Cool the gator or any of Cool's buddies up close and personal. Oh, you're scared of the crocs. Okay, you're scared of these crocs too. Yeah, I get it. I feel like with the time changes, Alaska was 4 hours time difference than how it is here. Vegas, a few hours time difference. And then add in the fact that when I was up in my 50th state, I accomplished another goal this year. And I went to my 50th state in my lifetime. I've done all 50 U.S. states. I did the continental states and the other 2, which would be Alaska and Hawaii, knocking off Alaska lastly for the 50th state. But also the fact that there was not a lot of daylight there also kind of adds to the weird jet laggedness. In fact, the town I was in, Barrow, after I left, a few days after I left, now is not going to have any sunlight for like 60 days. 2 months of no sunlight. That's wild to think about. The sun will not rise for 2 months where I just was. I mean, it was only up for like 2 hours when I was there, but having some normality of sun rising at a decent time, setting at a decent time, having more than 2 hours of sunlight, having no clouds in the sky, and you know, your body is thrown off, your system is thrown off, and then not realizing that you're 4 hours time difference than what you're used to living in the spot, and there's no sun. Really, by the end of that trip, I was kind of like, what the heck is happening? So it's good to be back. It's good to be back. Thinking about how things can change when you're gone for like 3 weeks. You know, sometimes even gone for like a month or two, but this last time 3 weeks, when you come back to an area, things are so dramatically different after 3 weeks. You notice major changes, like right here at the Celebration Hotel. They were gutting the whole inside out and completely remodeling it. And now it appears as if it is back open here at the Celebration Hotel, which used to be the Celebration Bohemian Hotel, and now it's the Celebration Hotel. But the lobby's all open now. It's back all open for business once again. Just amazing how, you know, when you're gone 3 weeks, you notice that when you're only gone for a few days, you don't really notice a lot of differences. But when you're gone for like almost a month and you come back, it's like, holy cow, things are different. Little chairs out here kind of looking out this way. There used to be like a sculpture, right? I think it was like a sculpture of like an Indian that was right there, but they have completely removed that. They also removed the big gator that was on the wall in there. So I think the previous owner took a lot of the huge artifacts with him, and now the new owner has totally kind of changed the aesthetic of it a little bit. I mean, it still looks the same, but you can definitely tell it's a different owner now. There used to be a lot of tables in here for eating, and now the eating tables are outside in another section. There used to be like big couches right here, and through there, they're still working on some construction. Oh, it's going to be changed to the Inn at Celebration. Okay, maybe they're going to change the name of it to the Inn at Celebration. We used to be able to walk through there. There were some restroom facilities and things. Maybe that'll reopen as well. But let me just check up here. Here's a little artistic rendering of the hotel itself. The Celebration Hotel, formerly the Celebration Bohemian Hotel, and then the Celebration Hotel, and now evidently the Inn at Celebration. Still under construction, however. Still working on it. They said they're almost done, but definitely seen a lot of progress since the last time I was here 3 weeks ago. Again, they are still working on getting it all dialed in, but it's coming along. Lakeside Bar and Grill's also in here as well. I wonder if they're going to change that sign. I asked the guy at the front desk, and he said, I was asked if they are going to change to the Inn at Celebration, and he said yes. So I'm wondering if that is going to be changed from Celebration Hotel to the Inn at Celebration. Maybe. One thing I've noticed, so when you're at Lake Reinhard, which is the main lake of Celebration, right downtown Celebration, usually you'll see gators around there. And those usually don't move. I'm showing the birds here. But when you're over here near the golf course and you see a gator, sometimes they get startled. Now, they're not startled by the golfers over there, unless the golfers get too close. But I've made the mistake of walking when I've seen them out here, where I'll start to walk down the little grassy area, and they'll get a little startled and they will go in the water. That does not happen at Lake Reinhard because they're used to more people. When there's less people over here, the gators get startled. You'd think it'd be the opposite, and the gators would startle people, which I'm sure probably happens as well. But this gator here, right there, is watching those golfers over there. See that gator right there? So he already kind of turned to like look towards me. You also got to watch where you walk, because when you walk along the shore of these, so that you're focusing on an alligator that's over there, but there could be, there could be a gators here. You don't want to avoid paying attention to where you're walking. You don't want to step on a gator. That would end badly. A decent sized one. Maybe 4-footer. I don't even know how I'd measure it from here. I'm just guessing. He's right there. Right there. Alaska has polar bears. Florida has gators. All right, back home now. So game plan the rest of the day. I think I might take a little nap, little cat nap for an hour or so, and then later this evening, hop on the treadmill, thaw out, defrost myself, thaw out, get the coldness. I know I haven't been in Alaska for a week. Vegas was a little warmer than Alaska, but again, I feel like I need a really good sweat session for an hour, hour and a half on the treadmill. So I'm going to do that a little bit later. Continue on with I think my 13th movie in a row of the Disney animated films out of all of them. It's been a little while since I did that. So while I'm here, I'm going to do that each day. So I'll do that a little bit later this evening. Thaw out session. Well, that's about it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, the vlog. Oh, also, I should also mention over here, I added some of my magnets from the latest trip. Santa Claus House, Alaska Railroad, Red Rock Canyon, Alaska Zoo, the ski resort, China Ranch Date Farm. I didn't buy a magnet from every place I went, but I bought a few magnets. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. It's a thaw out rest day. Get my jet lag in check day. It'll probably take a few days. The vlog is over.